We got Carmella who says, sadly, I feel like this will overshadow all of South Carolina's work. Even with this loss, they are 93%. They have a 93% win rate over the last 4 years. It wasn't talked about enough when they had the title. I mean, facts though. Like, yes, this was a huge win by UConn, right? This was at one point they were winning by like 30 something points. They win the game by 23. This was a huge win, and it was disappointing of a game that South Carolina didn't really show up like that. But Mama, what do you think about Carmella's comment? I think she's right. It will overshadow how great South Carolina has been over the last couple of years, and everybody will now remember this one huge loss and not the sheer dominance year over year.
Well, I hope that's not the case, but that is true. They have not been celebrated like they should have been all year anyway. So they have not been given their dues as they should have been given all this time. So that kind of like downplays how people are going to see them in the future. Mm-hmm. But I would say this, I will never count South Carolina out because of the coach they have. When we say they're good coaches and that they are great coaches, Dawn Staley is a good coach. Better than good. She's a great coach. And she brings out the best out of each one of her players. How she does it, I don't know, because a lot of times you see these players, you don't see them the way she sees them, but she has a way of making them perform to the highest level. It's just they couldn't do it today. Mm-hmm. So hopefully they will not be forgotten as to all the successes they have had. And I believe they're going to have more successes. They just couldn't do it today. And one day should not write the story forever. So that's not just in basketball, but that's in life. If you allow one day to write your whole story, you're small, because it's more than this one day. Mm-hmm. It's more than this day to get to this day. They had to play all season long to get to this day. So we cannot allow one day to determine their future and their past accomplishments. So hopefully people will not stop talking about how great they are. They just was not great in this game. That's it.
Man, wasn't that a word from Mama? What? Mama, you're right. Yeah, you can't let that just completely, define who you are. And I think it was Haley Van Lith that said it. I believe it was her that said it after her final game, where it was like, hey, this, or it was either her or Georgia Amore. It was like, hey, this one thing this doesn't define me. Yeah, this was a bad game, absolutely, right. But it does not define everything I have done.
Right, and we just can't allow it to. And hopefully, South Carolina as a team, those that are moving on to the WNBA and those are coming back for the next year or even going elsewhere, they cannot allow this one game to paint their future picture of how they're going to play basketball next season. They have to. Mm-hmm. It's okay to be disappointed about your play today. It's okay. Have your pity party for today. But tomorrow you get up and dry your tears. It's another day.
And you're still alive and you still have opportunities.
You got opportunity to continue your journey. And your journey, you don't know where it's going to lead you. But you don't stop your journey because of one failure. You do not. And that is something we take in life. We have failures in different ways. But if you allow that to happen, you might as well just shut the door, as they say. If you're going to allow one decision, if you're going to allow one day to define everything you've accomplished in life, and you've lived more than a day. I'm just saying, you're not a baby. You're not a baby. So you got to get over it and get over it quickly, because the longer you meddle over it and regurgitate it and all that stuff, you're going to get depressed. And you can't allow yourself to get depressed over one game.
Yeah.
Over one day. Over one failure. You cannot allow yourself to remain in a pity party for too long, because it'll change how you feel. It'll change your performance going forward. So have your moments, bury it. Okay, I'm rising to the next level. I'm rising to the next event. I'm rising to the next opportunity. That's what you have to do.
And on that note, Mama, thank you for joining the stream. You gotta come over and be in person for some stream down the line. Maybe the WNBA draft. Maybe. You know.
Oh, okay.
That's coming up soon.
we'll see what day and how that works with work and everything.
All right. Well, guys, say bye to Mama. Mama, thanks for joining.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. Y'all, ain't my mama awesome? I'm just saying. Ain't she awesome? She just said a whole word. She just said a whole word here. And thank you so much, Danny. It was Georgia Amore who said it on her missed shot. Thank you. I couldn't remember if it was Haley or Georgia. It was Georgia who said that. She would not let one shot define her career. Thank you so much, Danny, for that.